So, a journey of 310 miles starts at mile 1, right? Actually, it starts at mile 0. And we're at 0.4 of a mile right now. So I guess I gotta tell you, I woke up this morning still thinking Festive 500. We're gonna give it a go, even though it's gonna be tough with my schedule this year and some things I want to get done, but we'll give it a go. I recalculated the daily mileage and I was like, oh, it's 44 miles a day. And I was like, how the heck am I gonna pull that off? I'm now wondering, how did I pull this off all the other years when I didn't have a lot to do? So I was thinking about my motivation for getting this 310 miles between Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve done in years past. One has definitely been being a normie out there doing it. Not being on a road bike and in road kit and hammering out road miles. Enjoying myself on the bike, doing things I need to do around the holidays, riding off-road, and still getting it done. Just proving you could do it in jeans. But now that I've proved that a number of times, it's a little less motivating. I do like the motivation of just getting outside and riding this time of year when it's gray and there's no leaves on the trees. Yeah, it's just not the most enjoyable time. The other thing has been the content factor. I have liked the idea of making a YouTube video about the challenge of it. YouTube does motivate me to ride my bike in a very positive way a lot of times. So today's plan was to leave at noon. It was going to be a day that I had to get a lot of the miles in. I felt like I had the time. I started working on the Christmas YouTube video. Edmund was in a super playful mood, and I'm like, I'm going to get this stuff done. So I didn't leave till, it's already after 2 o'clock. It is what it is. I'm going to get some beer for the Christmas Eve party at my sister's tonight. And then I have a couple gifts left to pick up. So I'm guessing more like a 20-ish mile day. I'm not saying the Festive 500 won't happen, but I think it'll be a miracle if it does. Hell yeah, brother. Merry Christmas. Fuck nice. Thanks. Also to say, I'm still gonna like attempt it, but at the least my goal is to still get outside every day. So if I don't get 310 miles, that's okay. But I do want to ride my bike every day over the holiday period. Not crazy about the bike rack directly with a van. We're not parking there. They actually had a 3 for $30 crowler deal going, so that was great. So Aaron wanted stouts, so I got 2 stouts. And then I got a third, which was their Fresh Hop IPA. And the deal was made even sweeter because Bob Darrow had given me a couple gift cards. Best kind of beer, free beer. I've never run a red light in my life. Well, good for you. It's an old one. Wet leaves, wet leaves. Worse than ice. Worst train wreck in Cuyahoga Falls history. So I am actually going to go drop the beer off. My next destination has me going pretty much past the studio anyway, so no reason to haul this around with me. A driver just got mad at me for rolling through a stop sign that he didn't use his turn signal at. If I knew he was turning, I would have waited for him. But I'm evading him right now because it looked like he turned into a parking lot, so we'll drop him. You ain't gonna catch me when I'm on my bike. Oh yeah, weather check. It's like 36 degrees today. What a cool place. All right, 302 miles to go. Yeah, there's still some snow on the trail. It's just crazy how long it holds on down here. You know what? This really sucks. I don't want to do it. Are the boardwalks going to be all ice too? Oh good, this is what I was worried about. Totally clear. But the path is either slippery, and if it's not, it's super soft and tough to pedal in. So, not the most enjoyable ride, but this is where I gotta go, and there's not really another way to go without going way around or down a sketchy hill with holiday drivers. All right, we're down by our destination, but we're a couple minutes before they open, so we'll just cruise around a little bit. Christmas shopping done. It just reminded me of a Christmas Eve. Man, I don't know how many years ago that was. 10 years ago? When my buddy Eric was in town, and we were trying to find an open bar down here, and there was one in that plaza. Hung out, listened to Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues probably 3 times on the jukebox. But yeah, it's cool to get to see him on Christmas Eve. Hopefully we'll catch up sometime this week if he's in town from Boston. Who needs AI slop when you could have real slop? You know what I mean, guys? All right, I fed some of my little blind and tailless kitty friends. Little Christmas deed done. I've got a couple ideas. I'll let you know when they're out, but I want to come up with like a charity part of this YouTube channel, and I want to make it a cat thing because I obviously love cats, and it breaks my heart to see them out here freezing. So it's going to be about 21 miles today. Throw 23 back on the pile. It'll be tough, but I've done some tough stuff before. So I'm not overly optimistic, but I'm not going to give up on the idea. Day number 2, on my way actually back to my parents. Had a little too much holiday or cups of cheer last night at my sister's party, and so I did not get up early enough to ride my bike over there this morning, but we had a pretty big gap between dinner, so I decided to drive home and get my bike. As I said yesterday, crazy just the way the towpath just hangs on to the snow. It's, I think, 40 today, so it is slow going and tough out here. It's 10 miles to my parents' house too, so just gonna be another 20-mile day. Again, getting behind. So the ride to my parents is really pleasant. So it's a towpath, and then this is San Run Parkway, so the biggest park in Akron, Metro Park. So yeah, it's always a nice ride. And tomorrow I have a photo session, and the couple and the family, extended family I'm photographing, has to photograph their wedding in that lodge up there on the hill. Decent amount of cars at the jogging trailhead, which makes sense because there are a lot of people out running. It's 4 o'clock on Christmas, so that's a good time to go for a run before dinner. Putting on the warm clothes. What is up? Day 3, that's 3, of the Festive 500, and it is cold and rainy outside. Got home a little bit from a photography gig, and I think in years past I would have motivated myself, got out there and done the 40, 50 miles, and like I said, I just don't have that kind of motivation this year. I still do want to ride, still sticking with the plan of riding at least every day, but we are going to go indoors, and my goal is going to be to hopefully get 20 miles in. That's about, seems to be an hour it takes me to ride 20 miles on the trainer, and that's depending on the elevation, and that seems to be around when my limit for patience of being on there is. First things first though, the pedals on the trainer bike, the Trek 1500, really hurt my feet. They've never been that great. I don't know why I've left them on there that long, but toe cages, and then I think a thing where your foot locked in a little bit, and that goes right in the middle of my foot and hurts. I don't know why I've dealt with it this long. So I pulled down my Trek 500. So I'm going to pull the fixation pedals off there that have just straps, because that way I could ride them either way. The other thing I have going on is that my second toe is longer than my big toe. And every so often, ever since I've been a runner, cyclist, anything, it just kind of gets sore and bruised because of that. And right now it's been bad for, I think, probably almost 2 months. And it's like to the touch. If I accidentally like even slightly bump it, it hurts really bad. It's been a real pain for riding because I have to constantly kick my shoe back and get it off that toe. I don't think I've shown you guys this yet. I've been riding the trainer in my slippers because that way it doesn't hurt. So I think having the straps, so if I do want to try and pedal hard, that'll help. So we'll see how it goes. I put a lot of miles on this Trek. I've talked about it a bunch of times on the channel, but it's a 1982 Trek 500 American made. And I took the group set actually off the bike that's now on the trainer. So Shimano 105 3x9 and put it on here and put the wheels on here, and it's been this great, just a great mix of components bike that I love to ride a lot. I took it on bike tours, and I really like these pedals on bike tours too, like having the strap option, so easy to adjust the Velcro tighter or looser, or being able to ride them upside down as just flat pedals. Looks like this bike was also put away fairly dirty, so I am gonna clean it up too before I hang it back on the wall. I don't think I'm gonna put pedals back on it yet. I think I'll wait and decide, because I'm probably not gonna ride this till spring. Might pull the pedals right back off the trainer when it comes spring and put them on this again. So day 4, we are on Zwift in the morning. There's some snow and ice on the ground outside, so we're gonna let that clear up and then ride outside in a bit. Watching some PNW, Colorado Trail video. If you're not familiar with PNW bikepacking, some of the best produced bikepacking videos about his experience that exists on YouTube. So yeah, I'm trying to do like 25 miles on the trainer. I'm not sure how many I'll get outside today. Got my traditional gold coins from my parents in my stocking, some Mambas from Nate the Great. Ooh, there's a climb. I need to put this down and shift my gears. So I did 26 miles on the trainer this morning. Now I'm off to Hoban. So if I decide to go, well, I'm going directly there because I'm working. But if I decide to come directly home, this will be, I think, a little over 12 more miles for today. So the first day that I'm actually going to even be close to what I would need to finish the Festive. By the way, I worded that poorly. I'm nowhere close to what I need. This is what I would have needed to be doing every day up to this point to be close to being on track. So tomorrow is supposed to be 61, but 91% chance of rain. Unless I went out and hundoed it tomorrow, this probably ain't happening. Stop to ditch the jacket. It's mostly uphill the rest of the way. All right, photo shoot is done. Go home, hang out with Edmund, and then I'll be heading back out again. Had so much business and busyness here on campus at the University of Akron that it feels weird to ride through on break with it pretty much deserted. Now I don't know why the bridge lights aren't on, but heading to meet some out-of-town friends and some other old friends in Highland Square. So hung out with Edmund for an hour, now we're back on the road. So it's gonna be just shy of 5 miles and 400 feet of elevation on the way out to dinner. Okay, it's like 1 in the morning. I mean, I'm drunk, but I'm not that drunk. Let's bomb back into the valley and back out of the valley. I have to say this is weird, even though I'm coming nowhere close to the Festive 500. I feel like really proud of my riding this last week in December. I feel like I'm finishing the year strong. I just have finished it single-mindedly and stronger in the past. But I'm happy with this effort. What up, everybody? Goal today was to ride outside Originally it said 61 and light drizzle, but went to head outside after lunch and it was pouring rain and in the 40s. I decided I'm gonna get some miles inside, do 20 inside, and then see what it looks like outside and maybe head out. Yesterday I ended up with mid 40s and 27 on the trainer, and then a ride to a photo gig, so ride out to the bar to meet some friends and get dinner, so ride home late at night. So I'm feeling a little tired, but I forgot this is 8 days, not 7 days. So I've done the math wrong twice. Originally thought I was going for 33 a day, then thought I was going for 44 a day, and now realize it's 38. So even though I still don't think I'll pull it off, I'm telling you there's a chance. Well, you might not believe this because I hardly do, but I just rode another 26 miles on Zwift, did another route. So yeah, what is that? High 40 miles today. Whew. I can't believe I sat on the trainer this long. Halfway through the Festive 500, I've decided I might try and complete the Festive 500. What is up, everybody? 3 days left, including today. I am 150 miles shy, so a little over halfway of something that I didn't think I was actually gonna try and do on the first day, you know. And now it's in my head that I can pull it off. I just started a 32-mile route on Zwift with low elevation. Aaron and I were hoping to ride outside today. It's cold and snowy, that's not the problem. Crazy wind, like the kind of wind it wouldn't be fun to ride in 67 degrees, let alone 24 degrees. So I don't know, I'm gonna start with a 32-mile route. I don't know, maybe do some work, chores, eat dinner, and then see if I can get myself to do another 20. I don't know. It's gonna be complicated because tomorrow I have a lot of work, and also that's surgery day for a family member, so I need to be available if it's possible to pull it off and still be a responsible adult. I am doing a second 12-mile ride. This is crazy. I don't know how I'll feel tomorrow and New Year's Eve if I can keep this up. We'll see what happens. So 2 more days, 100 miles left. Did just over 50 today. Second to last day of the Festive. It's about 9:30, something like that in the morning. I just rode 20 miles on Zwift. Very unusual for me to be up in the morning. One thing I was kind of thinking though is, you know, when I first moved here and got back into bikes 10 years ago, I would run in the mornings. I'd get up and head right out the door. And I can't really do that anymore because my sciatic nerve pain, which bums me out. I used to actually run a few half marathons. That's the farthest I've ever wanted to go. But I was just thinking, like, yeah, for the winter, the idea of using the trainer totally like a workout machine in the morning, even if it's just 10 miles, and then still having my fun rides in the evening. So just a way to keep in better shape. You know, I really enjoyed running and clearing my head, and the trainer gets me in that like zone a little bit too. Also, I'm a nerd and I like to watch like weird podcasts and YouTube videos. Today I was watching stuff about CDs and vinyl records. It gives me way more of a chance to do that because I don't really sit around and do too much of that, maybe 11 to 12 at night after I'm done working. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So I've got to work today from 12 to at least 4, and I need to be around this evening because, as I've mentioned a few times, there's a surgery in the family and I want to be available. But I'll probably try and hammer out that other 30 miles on the trainer. There's also a chance to get out for a fat bike ride, and that'll just depend on the wind. The wind has been so brutal that it has not made riding outside in 20-ish degrees appealing. It's New Year's Eve. Last night I ended up knocking out 3 10-mile rides in a row on Zwift. I was exhausted from work, and that got me within 46 miles of finishing the Festive 500. I can't believe it. So I got up this morning, I did a group ride, 31 miles. Now I'm just about 15 miles from being done. I can't believe it. The group ride went good. Group rides are fun. There were, in the beginning chat before the ride started, there was a guy from Hudson. There was a guy in the Merriman Valley who said we have mutual friends, and then someone else chimed in and said, oh, I know that YouTuber. So that's, I don't know, that's always one fun thing about him, just seeing who's around. I hung with a big group that went away for a while, but then got dropped after a bit. Fell in with a smaller group of 15. I know this all sounds weird that anyone who doesn't do virtual rides, there actually is drafting benefits and stuff like that. So when you get dropped, it's hard to get back on. All those little things that make it fun and keep your effort up. Like with the group I was in the end, when the pace picked up, I'm like, all right, pick up the pace and stick with this group because it'll go faster. So anyways, I think the plan is to do the rest of the Festive 500 outdoors. Last ride of the year. All right. Gonna go hit the gravel. Definitely not the most efficient way to knock out the last 15 miles, but after 175 consecutive miles on the trainer, 185, it's the only way to do it. That wind that has kept me inside the last few days is still blowing. With as many cameras as I have and batteries because of that, I usually have pretty good systems for knowing what's charged and what's not, but I messed up today, so I'm gonna switch the GoPro battery to a full one before we hit the towpath trail in the snow, and probably get a picture of the bike, which might be a thumbnail. Well, my legs are pretty cooked, but I'm fine just pedaling. It's gonna be the climbs that'll be tiring, and then the gravel a little bit. Feels good to be back outside. For anyone who thinks that doesn't know me or the channel that well, that this is some kind of narrative I made up, I can't believe I'm finishing this. I don't know. I became hard-headed on that one trainer ride, saw how it was possible to do it, and did it. As I said in the beginning of the video, no way this would have all happened outdoors. I simply would not have had the time this year, but I have done it in other years, so I'm more impressed by myself from years past than anything, because this was hard to do, including that huge percentage of indoor riding. This is very strange. The GoPro lens and my glasses have little droplets on them, so this must be a warm snow, but it's 26 degrees out right now, so I'm a little confused. It is a wet snow on the ground. Yeah, I don't know. Seems a little cold for this wet of a snow, or almost a frozen rain type situation. Huh, another one bites at us. Thought Tesla was supposed to redevelop this building. Unless they're taking out the brickwork. Looks like it's coming down. A lot of people skating. And although it's been a number of years, it's still weird to see Akron without its first night celebration. I think that New Year's tradition was 20-some years old. Getting wet wasn't on my bingo card, but it's happening, so. I think these tracks I'm following are my buddy Ben's. They sure look like his tires. Studded tires he has on his Space Horse. We are getting pelted with ice, my friends. Gotta keep it interesting, I guess. Go ahead, talk shit about me riding a trainer. So we aren't pushing through heavy snow, but man, do these 4-inch tires feel good on this what's normally pretty rough industrial gravel. This is what this bike's for. Hopefully though, it's gonna stay cold, and hopefully we'll get some more so I can try it in even tougher conditions. What do you think? Are construction workers working on the roads on New Year's Eve after 4 o'clock? I would rather cross the Y Bridge than have to climb out of the valley. As mentioned, legs are cooked. 8 miles in, 7 more to go. It is a GD winter wonderland out here. This is not the world I rolled out into. Desert Flats and Watopia are looking pretty good right now. Nah, just kidding, this is great. Out with a bang. That can't be working, right? Remember earlier when I asked for more challenging conditions? So I'm right back by the studio, but I'm only at 14 miles. So I think I'll go get some beers to have a beer to celebrate the end of the year and the end of the riding year and finishing the Festive 500. I did it, my dudes. 310 miles, 8 days. Now I need to go down, open the door, run up here, get the fat bike in, close the door before Edmund knows what's going on. I don't want to bring the snowy bike upstairs. I also don't want Edmund to get out. Where is he? He must be out cold. So I'm just back inside from my first bike ride of the new year. I took the first 2 days of the new year off. I was actually up hanging out at the hospital and everything is going good with that situation, and I could just use a rest in general. Anyways, I do have more to talk about with the fat bike and with bike trainers. I think I have a unique perspective on both of those things. So we will get to those in videos down the road. I am still absolutely blown away that I pulled off the Festive 500. I guess there's just that little thing in the back of my head. I always like a challenge, and I don't know, it just came back around for me. Anyways, I think we still do have a couple of the new Edmunds stickers in stock when this video comes out. Not a ton, but a few, because we only do 100 of each run, and we're doing a pop art style this time. So check out the store. A couple other things are back in stock there. Thanks for all the support in 2025 again, and I hope everyone is having a great start to their 2026. I will see you in the next video. Peace.